got to start somewhere. So we'll just start here. We'll start here. If this doesn't work out, I'll go play not standard. But for now, I'm going to try standard. New set. Professor Dellian? Dellian fell. 4 mana 5 loyalty. It's got that like Jace the Mind Sculptor looking text box, which is glorious. +2 to gain 3. 0 is Phyrexian Arena trigger. -3 is murder. And -6 is whenever you gain life, your opponent loses that much life, which combos with this thing. Whenever they lose life, you gain life. This is a tried and true combo. It's existed forever in some way. There's 1,000 different ways, actually, you can do that. Not the most reliable, but it's there. I don't think there's enough explosive, crazy life gain to just win upon immediately ultimating. Maybe there's like a Essence Warden Scute Swarm out of control nonsense, which you've already won with Scute Swarms. maybe that's not it, but it does just gain life on its own. So you can just drain them for 3 a turn. It's essentially just lightning helixing your opponent every turn. It also doesn't die when it ultimates. It goes to 1 loyalty, and then you can just continuously zero it if you need cards. But the life gain thing is, kind of hard to have it go crazy. There's new cards that gain life, which is the entire point of this card, I'm sure. But the pests, right? The Strixhaven Golgari life gain thing just doesn't seem too crazy. Life gain in general is not really a great method, especially when it doesn't like give you insane stats like a Johnny's Pride Mate. It does attack your opponent's life total, and if you pop this, there's not much they can do about that. But in the meantime, a lot of your cards are not super scary. We'll see. I don't know. The food stuff is nice, I'll say. Yigra, stuff like that. I don't know if I have enough spells for this new thing, but this seems really scary if you get it going. Just that, yeah. I'm not going to read every new card because I'll be here all day, but there are new cards. There's new sweepers, new stuff. All right, send it. Goat, you're cranky. You need to go to bed, my guy. Up past your bedtime. Oh, the Red Overlord, yeah. That would have probably been about the exact same. No second counterspell. They should have killed this earlier, and they didn't. Ward 2. I can kill it with this, and then they can kill it back with their commander. Is there any other reasonable thing to do? I guess just do this. And then threaten the ultimate again? They really don't want to Path to Exile this. Maybe I just draw. Maybe I just draw. I'll just draw. It doesn't surprise me. That's the conclusion you come to, Goat. It does not surprise me. I think I'm going to leave up the Bitter Triumph. Okay. Well, we untap with Ugin. So... do the thing again? Was this crew 4? Yeah, I'm just going to leave it up again, I guess. I feel like I'm ahead enough, so... Well, this is a... oh, wait. They didn't kill Ugin. Why did they not kill Ugin? Wouldn't... how do you... what? Okay. I guess this is scarier? Is that true? It does not really feel like it's scarier. Maybe from their perspective, it's the only thing that has seemed like a direct threat to their stuff. I don't know. But I assure you they're going to kill it again, so... we shall see. I didn't say it was bad. I just said I'm surprised there's enough big things in Standard. I don't understand. You're the only person who doesn't get the words I say. No one else gets. No one. Everyone else gets it. It's always you. It's not my fault. Always you. I did name Dragon. I did name Dragon. Also, people give me cards. Like, they start naming cards. Instead of like, how could you not know? It's so obvious. It's all you. Oh, oh, oh. If we're quiet enough. It might work. Oh, no, I can't. Wait, do you have to shuffle? Nope. You do not have to shuffle. They have to deal with this. Why would you let me attack? Why would you let me attack? I don't get it. Okay. Yeah, see, it's not that I don't understand something. It's just that you're so smart. No one else gets it. It's so obvious to you. How dare I think rhetorically? Oh, well, that just doesn't work with the... I don't know why they let me attack. I don't know why they let me attack. Seemed odd. Also, they could have played this first and just not got rid of Split Up. Interesting. Of course, this doesn't hit a counter spell. Well, it's Discover. Discover's not Cascade. I'm in no danger of decking out, so... Can I... Wait. I can put an instant speed life gain effect in play. I'll do this first. Yeah, we'll do this first. Ward sack of food? So now they, like, basically have to have a counterspell? They didn't. Oh, then I don't have the mana to... Ugh. I could have went for it. I just don't want to go for it. Okay. Spell snare, sure. I want to animate the cavern so I can rename demon or vampire. Okay. Nope. Rip. Okay. We have another way to gain life instantly as well here. I'm not really sure what they can do to stay in the game because I'm just going to splash 9 life gain eventually. I feel as though I will, but maybe not. Does she go flicker itself? Ooh, do we get the blowout? They need a counterspell now? Need a counterspell. Oh, okay, never mind. They had another way of doing it. I didn't see that. I mean, that's fair. It taps them out, right? It taps them out. Okay, they're just dead. They're just dead. All right, we did it. We win. I mean, they're actually dead on board as well, because we have 9 points of life gain on board. Oh, they go to 11. Oh, they didn't do that. They should have went to 11. That would have made it ever so slightly harder. No, they're still dead on board. They're still dead on board. Because the, this thing. Look at the life total. Nice. Oh, nice. All right. Well, it did make sense as to why they went after my planeswalker so much, because the ultimate, it seemed like the only super reliable way to attack them, because they had the board taken care of. Okay. All right. Oh boy. Maelstrom Pulse doesn't work when both are in play. There's some on the draw. At least there was no land anywhere else. Oh, hey, they're playing it. We thought about it for a second. I just chose not to play it. They are playing it. You draw a card, lose a life. When it dies, cast your graveyard to the end of your next turn. I do not have Summon Fenrir in here. They put me in a spot where I can't cast my commander. I guess I just stick to the play more lands than my opponent plan and leave him with a 3/2. I'm gonna swim. I wonder if they cast the commander. I feel like you do, right? What else is there to do? What else is there, like, you do? Nope. All right, the ignore commander thing, do everything else. Got it. Okay, well, problems are here. Let's do this. That dies. I want to play this? No, I don't. I think we're in trouble here. Summon Fenrir is pretty nice. I can consider that one. I'm not convinced about this. Mosswood Dread Knight. Okay, that's certainly a card that makes me consider it. Did they play a land already? I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, yeah, I think they did. We're just going to lose with no commander having any relevance here. So it seems... I can try to scam them with this. This is hard to deal with. Do I have a... I do. I do. Come on. Well, to each their own, go. I'm over it. This wins, right? Am I tripping? No, this wins. Okay. Yeah. Sweet. I kind of just scammed them because it wasn't looking good. I had no position to play my commander. And neither did they, actually. They just never played their commander. Oh, I want to keep this so bad. It's against Abigail, so the Lenarils actually can be dealt with anyways. I thought they removed... No, they didn't. For some reason, I thought... I'm so used to them... us having no free mulligan. I forgot it's still a thing. In my brain, I thought it was gone, but... No. It's not Ketramils, so I am rather excited to see what this does. It doesn't have flash. And I really... You know what? Let's just not run into removal, I guess. I'm okay with that. Also, why does it say 3 on the top and not 5, 3? Is that new? Seems new. Oh. Well, that's lame. Whenever this creature attacks, put a 1/1 counter on target creature and opponent controls. Okay. What does this do? Whenever you gain life, put a counter on that. Alright. I suppose, given the nature of things, we shall try to get my opponent to put more into play. Just do this. Let's get rid of Unholy Annex. Or the hard to deal with card. Fine with me. So they display impending. Huh. I guess most people would play that side of it. Why did they swing with that? Was that a mistake? Oh, it's because it scales and I could have... Alright, I see. First strike. It all makes sense. So... Untapping this is actually netting me mana. Oh, yeah. Because it didn't do enough. Or it didn't do enough already. Pay 2? It's just 2? I actually get to keep the speaker? And they can't, well, they can blow it up, but the damage is done. What it is, reading my stuff. Oh, it's got nothing. We drew an excellent card. I am still interested in not getting hit by, like, Get Lost or something. 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait. Oh, it's just 8 on its own. Never mind. It's just 8 on its own. I can get the other combo piece and just force my opponent to find something to do about this. What does this do? Create a 1/1. Sure. Alright, they had the answer. What does that do? Sure. Alright, fair enough. Let's play this, because that's really good. Demonic Tutor is a pretty good card, I've been told. 4, 5, 6. I can grab this and just hope I find a land. I think I'm going to do that. That card here is just so good that it's probably worth it to do that. And I'll leave back this as a blocker. They don't want to trade anyways, because Overlord has to be dealt with. Sure. Do they turn off their own commando? Okay, so now the Overlord is now like a thing, but I am dying in the air, I guess. Until at least I find a land to not die in the air. Oh, wait, why did I had 7 mana. Alright, I literally don't know how to play the game. That's fair. That's fair. I don't know how the game works. I thought I had 6 lands. Okay. They need to come up with an insane amount of stats to kill this. So it's probably just going to be a removal spell, which still leaves me with a board state. They actually almost did both of those things just now. That was an extremely good turn, given what they had access to. I can kill this, and then they have to... Okay. If I kill their commander, it will probably never be in the game again. And I'm okay if they commit this thing to my stuff, so... I don't think I can make another creature die for Emeritus of War. But I have board control regardless. Do I cast this? Sure. I don't think there's really any downside to just putting more lands in play, so I'm going to do that. I could have hid this swamp, I think. I think I could have hid the swamp from my opponent. Because perfect information is a little unfortunate. Okay. What do they get? These two. Do I draw or do I gain life? I think I should draw. Because I would like my opponent to kill this. We can also just play the big demon here. I keep calling it a demon. I keep calling it a demon. It's not a demon. It's demon vibed. No. Because I don't have a combo and I mean it's still just causing problems, right? They kind of have to deal with it. So it doesn't have the combo to be just problematic. I don't want to fetch on my upkeep here. There's not many basics left to draw. Do my best to maybe avoid that. It's a little min-maxy though. I also kind of have a relevant manland now. Almost have a relevant manland. Do I block this? I feel like they don't fire it up unless it's safely getting in there. What is... Whenever the beginning end step, you control 2 more type creatures. Okay. Well, they still can't swing with it. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to do this now. Not many basics left. Well, actually, there's a fair amount of swamps. You got, like, a lot of forests. Alright. Okay. Their most expensive one doesn't get this out of the way, but that's perfectly fine. I'm still casting this. And playing a land. Or do I just... Let's just go to combat. Do I leave him with this board for another turn? I think so. And I can untap whenever I choose, so I can untap the 5/5. Okay, so I really want them to kill my commander. Yeah, the manland attack wasn't terribly useful. They do kill my oh. Okay. Sure. They kill my commander, and I got the frigate. Okay. A lot of good stuff happening here. Virtue killing that is good, and then I can cast it as well. I want to go after the card draw here. I absolutely want to go after the card draw, like completely. And choke my opponent out of resources here. How much mana do I have? 2? I will not do anything else. Virtue's in play, which is probably a massive problem, if I had to guess. They know I can untap the Conqueror. I did it last turn. I think it's safe to just grab my opponent's card. I don't think they're going to bounce their own this thing and do something weird with it, so let's play. This is all in first strike, but fortunately this has a murder attached to it. All right, yeah. Sweet. I don't know what this is. What is this? Okay, whenever you cast a non-creature, it gets that where this is menace, and then if it's 4, you draw. So it's like a really strange VV. All right, I like it. I like it. Oh, opponent's over here playing some... I was about to say standard. Don't make fun of me. I was actually about to say the word standard. I stopped myself now. What does that do? Oh, this is in Kitara. There's no reason to block that, right? So I can play my commander, or I can just chill and build up resources for the next turn. Or I could just play it. I could also just simply play it. And I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to plus it. It has a ton of loyalty. It has a ton of loyalty. And it gains me a ton of life if they just try to kill it. I haven't really seen anyone just send everything at it. It is not what happens here. I could ultimate, but I would rather kill my opponent's commander because it's extremely difficult to get it back into play. Excuse me, back into play. And do this, and I suppose this as well. Get a that. This has Death Touch. I think I'm just gonna leave up the food. Don't you target that? That's toxic. All right. Well, at least I can recast my commander like 1,000 times. I think they choose which one they get rid of, and it's pretty straightforward to get rid of. They just shock themselves, so Okay. Well, you shocked yourself. You seem very interested in casting something. I will not do anything else. And they shocked themselves and didn't use the mana. So it looks like that was the right call there. Ill-timed explosives. I'll tap this. Maybe they discard something that makes me want to tap it. They did not. And is this better than Archdruid's Charm? I would say so. Let's grab you. Almost put it to my graveyard. Would be very funny. I can just kill this token and then ask my opponent to deal with my commander again. Level 2. Yeah, why not? My commander isn't necessarily a part of the win here, or just using it to drip feed value. Do we gain life or do we draw? I really wish I could get this counter out of my opponent's hand. Or what I assume is a counter spell, because it really seems like a counter spell, but doesn't look like I can. And I don't want to lose any of the stuff in my hand, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're just swinging. I was kind of hoping they use this on their end step. I probably would have taken it out. Okay, that doesn't matter. There is the mana drain in standard. They could have tapped the Hedron Archive and did not tap the Hedron Archive. Interesting. They also could have played this and didn't. Also interesting. I'm going to go after this, because that is a significant amount of mana still as part of this game. Yeah, it seems like if they're not cracking it in response, then it was probably right to target it. Oh, they did. They did. Okay. So, okay. Uh-huh. Let's play you. And then play Unholy Annex. I think you know what, we should draw. Draw last lol. Yeah, we want to play this. Alright. They were willing to do that. And this does not kill my combo piece. So, alright. I mean, I like that. I don't know what this does. Whenever you cast a non-creature with 4 or more, 3 more, flip it. What did they just do? What? Oh, they bounced my thing. Okay. Love to see all that. Let's play. What does this flip into? Whenever you cast a spell, you get a 1/1. That is a problem. They haven't done it. I do have an answer to it. If they invest an entire turn on it, I think I'm okay with that. Let's just get the value while we can. The fact that this kills things is just so good to me. I think I'm going to windmill slam this, because this is a huge problem. I'm just going to slam that right into play. I'm not going to play Cavern. I'm not going to play it. I don't need it. I'm just not going to play it. Good sign. Beautiful. Badger Cub or random thing? Flip whenever it deals each opponent. Yeah, let's just grab random thing. Again, we're on that like value train. Let's play this. Actually, I want my opponent to do something. I want him to do something. They didn't. Opponent, why aren't you doing stuff? Just do stuff, please. Please do anything. Please. Dang it. Okay, well, my cards are up front. Nothing at all? Man. A braid? No? Nothing? What is going on? Eh? Nothing. Sure. We knew about this. We knew about this. There's no abrade on the book. Obviously, abrading a creature is, you know... No Essence Scatter. Well, again, Essence Scatter would be a bit strange. Killing their commander means that this works, but, I mean... Well, actually, no, they could discard a 3, right? Yeah. I will take that. Yes, I grab the Badger Mole is weird. I mean, I'll just take this again. This doesn't seem like they want it to bounce it or anything. And I can draw here. And I can play this. This has to get the counter spell out of my opponent's hand. It has to. I mean, come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Alright, so can I win? You can't harmonize. No, I can't win. Alright. I will do this for 3. Was it Spell Pierce? Oh, no. Okay, sure. Oh, they're using value on their own stuff. Shouldn't they just wait till I... No, I guess not. I suppose not. I can take this, get rid of Cavern, which is a... No, that's fine, right? Because I have the Virtue. Yeah, I have the Virtue. So it seems like it's a good idea to just do this, because Virtue can just reanimate it, right? Search a library for an instant or sorcery. Okay, they immediately did this. This is a sorcerer. It's not a wizard. Why is this a sorcerer? They put the mana drain card that needs wizards in the set, and they made a sorcerer. Wizards just out here being toxic. Feed the Flames. 5 damage to target creature if it will... I gotta read this. If it would die this turn, exile instead. Okay. Go for the ultimate? Don't have any answers? Yeah, that's true. I probably could have been ticking... Oh no, I think we used the Planeswalker fine throughout this game. I drew when I'd like to have drawn. I plussed it to set up a murder when I had a murder. Like, murdering their commander over and over is probably about the same level of problem, except I don't have to rebuild my loyalty in an inconvenient way. But I do have this now, so maybe it would be a bit easier. But they didn't even have an answer to Virtue. And Virtue is probably more of a problem than this is anyways. So just using it for grindy value, I think is reasonable. But yeah, I could have went for the ultimate. I don't have a ton of ways to gain, how much, like 4. Like the life gain I have isn't exceedingly consistent. So there'd be huge chunks of time maybe where I don't use this trigger, and then it looks weird to have gone for it. I don't know, I think we did the right thing. Badger Mole Cub. They did not play a ramp spell on 2. I think I play my commander and then just tick it up. And play nothing else? Do they play their commander and just minus it? It's kind of an ugly time to do that. Okay, they do not. They just sweep the board. Sure. Wait, wasn't I on the play? No, I wasn't. Was I? No. It must not have been. So if I do this, wait, yeah, if I do this and I draw a land, I just win? Okay. They didn't go for their commander. I have basically 2 of my emblems in play. They could have killed this and with their commander and then just tried to stabilize, right? They lose 6 life every time I plus because I got 2 of them. 2 of these things here. But their commander is in play and it could just start ticking up. I mean, with this I win, but I have to get it in play. I don't know, a spot where you get to kill something, keep the board empty and untap seems like a good spot to be in, but suppose not. All right. Especially in a deck that is interested in gaining life back. I'm just not conceding there. That's my point. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not conceding there. I want them to make me show me. Even if it's, you know, a major disadvantage spot. Ooh, runner with the Llanowar Elves. Runner. Creature and non-creature, sure. I will continue to do the ignore my opponent and play lands thing. 2 lands a turn, rather. Don't you target that. Don't you look at it. What does that do? Sure. I think I really do want to kill that. Which is kind of unfortunate, but I really think that should not be allowed to be a thing. I like World Wagon, but I don't need World Wagon. But I do like it. I think we're fine on that. Swing with it. Swing! They didn't. Tragic. That is fine. Let's draw, I think. We can probably gain life. As long as I have stuff to do, I think I'm fine just on that. Let's go ahead and try to kill the cub. This doesn't seem like something you're interested in countering, so. Oh. Okay. I can't find myself too broken up about that, so I'll just play this. I'm not really concerned about missing out on doing 3 to my opponent. This has Ward 1. Okay. Let's I think I'm going to draw. Not the best thing to draw there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then play this. Can I play this first? No. Don't want that. Oh, you're supposed to trade with the cub. Okay, can we stop with the lands? That'd be great. Oh, that's great. And I have mana to do the thing, so do that. Yeah, I'm gonna target their commander again. I could actually just swing, but I don't think I have to. I could though. 4 damage could matter. Oh, yeah, I really don't think it does matter, but it could have. I think the original copy gets exiled, and then you just cast. No, you don't cast copies. I think they're just put on the stack. No, I think you do cast them. I don't know. I have to read it. It's like Epic, except you can still play other cards. You're not stuck playing the same card the rest of the game. I like them. I don't think they're game changers, but I'm hung up on that. Nuts to me. Shouldn't be so hung up on that. Not everyone plays as much Magic as I do. Oh, look, it's right in my hand. I can read it. Okay, you do cast copies. It does cast them. It's not like whatever it's called. Storm, is it? I think Storm doesn't cast copies. This is almost a really good hand. It does have Pillage the Bog, actually. It can work. I just need a land. I can just find one. Okay, I found one anyways. Without needing to cast this. Do we play Shredder on 2? We do. Wasn't sure if we do. It's a permanent, right? Yeah. So, discard spam? How does that, like... How does it do stuff? This is standard. There are not a wall of fetch lands to play. I only really played one. Right, land. Ah. If I had a land, oh man, it would be so good if I had a land there. All right, well, can't have everything. I'm just gonna not let them interact with me. I feel like they're really interested in me playing things so they can play the game against it, and I just don't have to do that. It's not like this is killing me. Especially if only one player is triggering this. Yeah, this if they're just a wall of try to get this through, I can just ignore them. This probably seems really good against the Ralph and Mikey, though. Let's do this. I don't think they can interact with World Wagon, and I'm definitely not going to animate it, so... I'm the completely ignore my opponent deck right now. Usually it's Ralph and Mikey. Oh, even Roxanne. Of all the decks to kill Roxanne over and over, maybe Shredder is that thing. This is really awkward to cast. I could cast it for the science of it. We're under such little pressure. I think I will do that. Let's just do it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Do I plot? Nah, mana. I'm helping my opponent by doubling their clock. Yeah, they really want me to cast things. They just haven't done anything. They've literally done nothing. They've done nothing at all. Tragic. I'm sure they can kill Uyadolic. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's like, what do they can't do anything, right? Well, keep in mind, there's only like 5 additional fetch lands in Historic relative to Standard in Mono Black. You only get like an extra 5, but you add another 40 cards to your deck. So there really isn't that many more fetch lands to play in Historic there. Not really. You can't play Ice Till Explorer or like any of the green mill yourself kind of cards. You do have mill yourself kind of cards though. But there isn't that much more going on that's crazy. Did I say hello to my opponent? I don't know. I saw hello. Was it me? Did I say hello? I think I did. I usually am the only one that says it. So. Yeah, let's kill that. Why not? Keep my opponent nice and butt naked over there, shall we? This is not the turn. I gotta read this. Creature attacks. Sure. I think that is fine to let just chill, right? Actually, we can just play... Yeah, let's tick this up and then make a 6/6. That way, Fenrir can't kill it, and we have a 6/6 that might be really annoying. Alright, the auto tapper left up a blue-green land. What does that mean? What do we get from that? I don't know. Well, wait, let's play reasonably here. What do you got? Oh, yes. Look at that. Beautiful. Akonis has a new problem. Okay, I have had my fill. This is an excellent, like, the rock strategy. The name is pretty deep. I went, yeah, it's like the rock, except the rocks are edible because food wants to gain life, and you like gaining life, so it's like pop rocks. And they somehow found this deck title. I don't know, that it was a deep conversation with myself, of course, as it usually is. This is extremely grindy. It's literally just Jund without red. Right? You're 1-for-1ing. You're incurring 2-for-1 value here and there, and then eventually you have so much value that, or you just go over your opponent and they can't do anything. This is exceedingly soft to, I think at least, Roxanne. You can't like kill Roxanne over and over because they could just cast it over and over, and the entire core idea of what you're doing is sort of undone by something that can be endlessly cast and you can't stop it. It's just not realistic to. You can Vicious Rivalry way late in the game and blow up all the mana rocks, I guess. Maelstrom pulls the mana rocks. It's not reliable or consistent or particularly crazy. Roxanne doesn't even really need haste. I didn't see Ketramos, which after having what I seen the stuff today, I guess it's not too surprising. Ralph and Mikey was another one. So like those red-green 100% ignore whatever you're doing decks kind of aren't great matchups. You can at least kill Ralph and Mikey over and over, so it's not nearly as bad. I just happened to have never killed it when it was played, and it was played just tap out, cast it, like a Tolly, except it has to swing. So you can genuinely do something about it. I just never did. I added more and more removal, just never drew it the turn at which they cast that commander there. But you can make that matchup a lot better by just running more removal. Roxanne, not so much. So Roxanne's a nightmare. I at no point felt like I was in the game when I was playing against it, but everything else felt pretty good. I had a really, like, if you take out the red-green ignores you decks, I had an extremely good win rate. So the other strategies don't like this emblem, which is nice. Like a blue-white control deck or whatever, blue-red control or anything really. Once you get it going, they have to just hope they can close the game out before you randomly gain enough life. You don't consistently gain life here, at least in this list. You could probably add more life gain stuff, but I think it's better to just play a grindy, play more powerful cards and have the life gain thing kind of be an afterthought. If you really need to win with it, I think that is still in here, right? With enough life gain of some sort. There is this combo of these two cards that just bounce back and forth. Actually, this combos with just my commander as well, because this is essentially an emblem of my commander. But that is nice. So it's one of those decks that feels like it wants to tutor instead of draw. I see a lot of people go maybe too heavy into one direction, right? And they don't maybe appreciate what their deck's really more interested in doing. And I think we're more interested in silver bullet kind of thing than we are piles of card advantage. You already get a ton of card advantage just in this. So this is such a cool card. I am like ecstatic about this. This is a really cool. This might be one of my favorite ones, and I haven't even read all of them yet. This is like right up my alley. I love everything this thing does. The plus is kind of but it plays really nicely with the emblem, so that's okay. It has so much loyalty, and it gains you life. So against aggro decks, that can matter. Aggro decks in this format usually survive sweepers, at least the first sweeper, I'll say. So you having 20 extra life is not necessarily winning a game against an aggro deck, right? Like there was an Anim Pakal deck that the only thing that mattered was they had a protection spell. That was it. I couldn't stop the Anim Pakal died. It didn't matter if I was at 35. I'm just going to get blasted in 2 turns instead of 1. Or, 3 turns instead of 2. So, and that was actually a game where I did cast a sweeper. So, I didn't see a lot of aggro. And I think we are pretty well positioned against aggro in general. But sometimes they just have what they need. And there's not much you can do. I'm not 100% on Ugin. It is one of those cards that, like, maybe there's something better. But when you do resolve it and your opponent doesn't feel like it's worth attacking because they just want to kill you, it's kind of hard because like it gains life and it's finding you more cards to stop you from dying. I don't have a ton of colorless things in here, obviously, but that's just kind of okay. It does feel like big enough of a nuisance without colorless cards that your opponent really does want to stop attacking you and pivot into dealing with this. But I don't like have a crazy ultimate on it or anything. But because of that, it's probably as close to a 7 mana win the game kind of card without the help of other cards. So I really like it here. It just fits that grindy Jund the Rock style thing here. And hey, if you get the ultimate, that's another 3 life a turn you stealing. So, except you're also drawing cards on top of it. Virtue really did not reanimate that much. Maybe this is not part of the meta anymore, where you're just like pulling value with this. I did pull value, but the value I was grabbing didn't really feel that exciting. So maybe that's not great. It's still a removal spell that actually does gain you life for your commander, I guess. But the giant enchantment side did not go crazy. And I did see decks like Ralph and Mikey, right? Where they play a bunch of giant dumb things. It just never. Well, by the time you start stealing giant dumb things from a deck like that, the game's probably over anyways, to be fair. So I don't know. It just didn't seem like I was out here reanimating crazy, actual scary threats. It was just drip feed value, which is fine. It's still fine, but I don't know. If it wasn't for the removal side of this, I don't think we're playing it. And that probably applies to a ton of people, right? If it wasn't for that side, it's not showing up that much. And the hunt is nice. I like that. It dealt with Codas. This was weird. I had this in my hand like 10 times, and I found myself not in a position to consistently want a sweeper. I actually took out a bunch of sweepers. I had a lot more in here, and I pivoted into spot removal. I think at one point, maybe a year ago, I said, like, all you want to do is play something that draws 2 cards a turn, and then just keep the board empty, and you're just going to win. That was basically the entirety of standard Brawl. Seems like it's not quite that anymore. So you can't just play Phyrexian Arena and then hide behind 15 Wrath of Gods. You have to actually do something else. Which probably explains heavily as to why Ketramos wasn't everywhere today and maybe just hasn't been for a while, because that's what it did. You know, it played a command zone Phyrexian Arena and just tried to keep the board empty, and it's going to win eventually. It does not seem like that's a way to win as much anymore. Roxanne maybe single-handedly blasted that out of the stratosphere there, but who knows? All in all, this is a really cool commander. Outside of those exceptionally terrible matchups in the form of mostly Roxanne, it's really good. It had a very good success rate. I want to play it again in Historic Brawl. I think there's enough things that make it notably different from this, right? There's, I think, 1 or 2 more combo setups you can do, and a lot of really scary things that this would probably just like to do apart from the emblem. Like maybe Ygra is an actual thing in Historic Brawl, and maybe less so here. It didn't really feel like it was too crazy here. I ended up taking it out. But like Dark Ritual, Reanimate, Entomb is a nice package in this kind of deck, especially when you reanimate something that's a combo piece. It's not just Gristlebrand or something. Valgavoth might matter because life gain and such. Probably not. But yeah, this is a really nice commander. From what I've heard, from the 2 people in my chat, it seems like Historic Brawl has gotten more sweaty because everyone just played ranked for a month, and they all have, like, you know, everyone has collectively maybe a higher understanding of what is exceptionally good. Especially the random people who just like drip fed into Diamond and suddenly saw a wall of things they're not normally privy to. Because if you just play a lot, you're probably going to hit Diamond just by just playing a little bit there, right? You only need a 51% win rate after all. But we'll see. It doesn't deter me from playing Historic Brawl. I just figured I'd try Standard, and it worked. It actually worked. I'm quite surprised. I even saw it in a couple mirrors, which is cool. All right. That's that. So expect a wall of new commanders because a new set came out, and it's an actual Magic set, so we can have a good time. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.